following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Kevin in Orlando. Hey, Kevin, what's going on?
Hey, I'm doing great. You know, I am addicted to TFNN.
We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. It's a great network, man. And I want to thank everyone out there, for making it a great network.
Well, it's great because I do outside sales, so I get to have the station on my phone the whole day. And when I go pick up the kids from school at 3 o'clock, they all love it and giving the old row. Educating the kids at a young age is a good thing.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great week, folks. Serve the one you love. Once you decide to be a couple, you're there to serve the one you love, to serve your love to your lover. And every kiss and every touch, you feel you're there to please the one you love without expecting anything back. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 13, Nasdaq up 4, S&P's down 2, gold contract flat at $1,276 an ounce. Silver up 3 cents at $17.83 an ounce. Platinum down $2.83 at $9.77 an ounce. Copper up a penny at $2.20 a pound. Light sweet crude getting toasted and roasted. Down $1.92, $46.78 a barrel. Notes up 4 ticks, 129.21. Bonds are up 20 ticks, 162.26. King dollar, where is she? King dollar 53 ticks, 98.39. The euro's trading at 109, and the yen is at 104.87. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so we have a sideways market, light volume. That's after Friday that you were pushing lower, dramatically higher volume. Friday we did on the SPY, we did 140 million shares. We got to a low of $211.71. You're going into the low that was established out here on the 13th, which had 101 million shares. So what that sets up, that's giving you more information that you're building cars for lower price. I expect we're building cars to get down into the 27th of June. Now, that being said, you're in window dressing. We have the Fed and we have Facebook, all of the above. The WIRP, I believe, let's see. The Fed is on Wednesday. Tomorrow's the first. Wednesday, 2 p.m. Now, the market's not expecting for a rate hike, that's for sure. But what you do have, it looks to me like the market is sitting there waiting to say, okay, what are you going to say? That's in your S&P. Dow Industrials, same type of setup inside the Dow. What you have with the Dow, sideways move out here. You're at 18,145. Bottom line, came down Friday, had the juice behind the move. That also wants lower price. NDX 100, same type of setup inside the NDX. NDX also came down with volume. If you take a look at the 3 Qs, what you're going to see is that we came down, and this one is really pretty cool, actually, because the volume exploded, 35 million, but yet you still didn't hit the swing point. The swing low that we're talking about here is on the 13th. So the 13th is 115.94. We hit 116.74. Now, what you'll get out of this is that you get a sideways move with light volume. Then what you're going to see is it's going to try to, I suspect, get a little bit higher, trying to get into the 11th of October again, and you're going to have volume dry up, and that's saying that you're building cars to go downtown. And what's giving us the clue? It's the notes and the bonds, folks. Okay, so the 10-year note right now, you're trading at 129.21. Now, in order to get back inside the higher trading range, you have to get into 129.26. We'll see whether it can make it in there. It dropped out of that range last week as the prices went down, yields went up. 30-year bonds, same type of setup inside the 30-year. 30-year right now is trading at 162.24. The 30-year would have to get back inside the 164.13. If we go over and we take a look at the TLT, what you're going to see is this. The TLT, which is the 20-year plus bond fund ETF structure, you'll see that it came down last week, 35 million shares, got to a price point of 130. That being said, you're coming into major support. The TLT had traded from February of this year all the way over to June of this year, and it's coming into some heavy, not only heavy support, but heavy volume at those levels. And I don't see a break in it. In fact, we'll see if the TLT has to get back inside 131.54. You get back inside that, baby, guess what? Then game is topside once again. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold contract, you get... Gold contract is in a small ABC structure on the way up. Took out the B point on Friday. Took it out with volume. Right now, we're at 1276. That's approximately a 1290 A to B equals C to D. It's a small one, but bottom line, had the price spread, had the volume, had all of the above. Silver needs a little boost. Silver had the juice behind it. We got the volume behind it, couldn't hold price. Silver right now is pushing into the highs of Friday. We have 45,000 contracts traded, which is really great contracts right now. And it is inside the $17.74. That level is really important because you get inside that level, bottom line, you can get a nice expansion. The XAU, the HUI, they also are catching a bid out here. And it's real possible that they're going to be the equities that are inside the metals that actually bring the metal itself higher. King dollar. What do we have with King dollar? King dollar, folks, get up to a high out here today of 98.67. You've done 13,000 contracts, and King dollar is saying, guess what? You have an ABC structure on the way up with a price projection of 100.770. We hit on the 25th of October 99.090. Then what do? On Friday, you pull back, and watch this. Okay, so you pull back, and we pull back with 23,000 contracts, which went from 98,920 to 98,225. Today, tries to go higher with 13,000 contracts. That is some nice information that more than likely we very well, number one, probably won't make the A to B equals C to D, which is the 100.770, and it's going to try to now get back inside the lower, not the, at the lower range. In the lower range there would be 97,610. So coming up to this Federal Reserve statement on Wednesday is going to be a big number. But that's how this market is setting up right now. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. If we go take a look at the HUI, the Gold Bugs Index, what do you have inside the Gold Bugs Index? This is trading up 389. You're at 210. This wants to make a run up to this 218.04. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. 877-927-6648. Dow's down 5. Nasdaq's up 6. S&P's off $1.50. We're going to be right back, folks.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 8. You get the Nasdaq up 6. S&P's down $1.50. And as we do each and every Monday at 20 past the first hour, we have our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes. Don't forget, folks, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right here at TFNN, we do live programming from 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. 5 in the afternoon, rather. Tuesday, Thursday, 7 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. All that programming you can get right on your cell phone. You go to TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. You're going to get some great HD quality video as well as audio. Steve's got a great program every trading day, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. Also a great newsletter. Now, you can come over to our website, test drive it right here, right now. You come over to TFNN. You go to newsletters. You go to trading newsletters. You'll see Master Probability right there. You can test drive it 30 days, absolutely free. Steve Rhodes, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I will be glad when this is over. Now, this is over. It's not the presidential election. It's Halloween. We got to get this chocolate out of the house.
Oh, that's so funny, man.
Now, I know you are a chocolate lover.
I'm a chocolate freak. Yeah, totally, man.
So dark chocolate bars.
Yeah.
Although I think you used to buy those, and maybe I'm sure you still do, the dark chocolate bars with the ginger flavor inside. Is that your favorite, or what is your flavor?
That's favorite? One of them. That's right. There's a confectionery folks down the street from my house, and he what's left over, he sells these little chips, and they're awesome. Yeah, totally.
That's great. That's great.
Sick.
Yeah. So it is. So I'll be glad when all that is gone.
That stuff's healthy for you, though. Yeah.
In doses. In doses, it is. At least that's what we tell ourselves. And
totally.
But let's. With regard to election, we only have we have in essence a week and a day to talk about this. But what I really wanted to focus on today more so was, what do we have to look forward to after the election? And now, folks, what Tom and I are looking at, what we're all looking at here, the top panel of this chart, I've broken apart presidential election cycle really into what seems like the two obvious cycles to look at.
Okay.
One where either Democrats retain the office, or two where it just simply changes from a Democrat to a Republican, because that's really what the election is about. Now, Tom, the top panel, as you and I have discussed, is where Democrats would retain office. And typically in that cycle, the market, as we come into that election time period, around October 16th through the 19th, would form a top.
Okay.
And then move down into about the November 14th timeframe. So what was kind of interesting about the politics of the FBI news leak, whatever it was, doesn't really matter what it is, right?
Yep.
We go back to these charts. We have no idea what it is that spurred the market to move on average from a top around the end of October down to a low back in November. We don't know what that news was. But on Friday, as I saw the news come across my phone, I saw the Dow start to stuff. I said, okay, maybe this is it. But we have not seen the middle of October lows get taken out. The bottom panel of this chart shows, which is really somewhat of the pattern that is in play right now, when the office is going to change from Democrat to Republican, typically the Dow forms a significant top around September 9th, moves down into the October 14th, the 21st time frame. Our low so far this time period in the Dow is October 13th. So that would say that election cycles from a stock market perspective, they're picking Donald Trump to actually win the election.
Wow, okay. Even though it's okay, I got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm agnostic. I'm
with you. I got another chart up on the other side as we're doing this. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, this is where we're really currently at as of like about a half an hour ago. And what I would say at this stage here is, as clear as those cycles are that you and I just looked at, this to me is ambivalent. It's because we haven't made that much of a move off of the October 13th low.
Right.
And so where it's more clear with regard to a directional move in those other charts that we took a look at, I think at this stage here, it's kind of like it's too close to call. The stock market itself
What
is
a bummer, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of like, hey, wait a minute here.
Yeah.
I thought we had something going, but I would have to say, really, in reading this, and we don't know what's going to take place over the next 4 or 5 days, but I would have to say, in taking a look at this, I don't think the stock market itself is clear, which is a bummer. That really would really help us to understand, what's going to take place next. However, we can still do that, and that's really what this chart is about.
Okay.
What are we in store for after the election? Because we can plan for either side as far as what the stock market is likely to do. So the top panel here is where the same party retains office. So this is both combination of Republican or Democrat to Democrat. Doesn't matter. Same party takes office. And in this case here, if the same party takes office, this would then say that November 7th, the election is November 8th.
Yes.
That there's a bit of a peak.
Okay.
Market trades down, not for a very long period of time if it's the same party that takes office. And then we have a nice move higher into the end of the year. So that's what one should anticipate if it's Hillary Clinton that is going to win the office of the president.
Okay.
Whereas in this case here, if it's Donald Trump that is going to win, we'll see that November 7th top. And look, it can be off by a day or two.
Sure.
But the November 7th top, and then the market should move lower into Thanksgiving. Now, it shows about 11 November 23rd. So it's right, I don't recall if Thanksgiving, what the actual date of Thanksgiving is, but right around November 23rd. And then that so-called Santa Claus rally, at least when I take a look at when a Santa Claus rally begins, really starts to move higher into January 16th. And then, or January 6th, and then the market really moves lower. So that, and this is important.
That's going to be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe since these charts I think are too close to call who's going to win the election 1 week out, what we can do and what's most important for our listeners and for us is to anticipate what the market's going to do depending upon who wins out there. And so that's what I wanted to really be able to get across and share with folks, because it's really about the next move. It's not about necessarily maybe, today we've got no volume in the market. We're basically moving sideways.
Right.
So there's not a ton for us to be able to hang our hat on. This chart here shows the index consolidations that are basically have been in place. And if Donald Trump is to win, we've got more of the consolidation. If Hillary Clinton is to win, we're going to break through these consolidations. It says we've got a $2,400 eventual price target in the S&P, $21,000 eventual price target in the Dow. But we'll come back to these charts once we know, right, who's actually won. So a week from, hopefully it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and we'll understand how these consolidation patterns and what the market is doing. So
Man,
this
I hope
chart,
the market moves one way or the other so we can get a better, at least understanding of, is this chart going to come out or not? Do you know what I mean? But
exactly.
I know.
That's exactly right. Now, I want to leave listeners, I want to leave you with one thought, because it is unusual what we're seeing with regard to market action. This chart here, the bottom panel shows the VIX index, volatility index, which is moving steadily higher. And the blue line on both these charts are the 50-day exponential moving averages. The bottom panel, the VIX, when we take a look at its percentage difference from the 50-day moving average versus the S&P, which hasn't really moved much off of its 50-day. We're at a stage where we see this occur less than 10% of the time. And when we see this occur, that's what this chart here is. This is the S&P 500. And when we start to get into this differential between the VIX index moving more than 20% away from its 50-day and the S&P not really moving more than 1% or so, that is when we have seen other bottoms form in 2016, 2015 as well out here. We may not be there yet, but this is an important thing for us to take a look at. We'll see if this large differential continues out there.
I love it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Folks, come over to our website at TFNN. Go to newsletters. Go to trading newsletters. You'll see Master and Probability right there. Steve's got these charts, of course, in his newsletter. And I'm telling you, man, 30 days absolutely free. This is the time to do it, man.
Absolutely.
Steve, thanks so much, man. Look forward to the show tomorrow.
You bet. Have a great afternoon.
You too. Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 5. You get the NASDAQ up 5. S&P's down $1. And we got lots of companies coming out with numbers after the close. Let's go to Ed in Brooklyn. Hey, Ed, what's going on?
Not much. I'm looking for GoPro and Rambus, RMBS.
GPRO. So let's take a look at GoPro first. GoPro, let's see, they're coming out on November 3rd. So that's Thursday. With their numbers, it's trading $12.79. Oh, interesting. Look at this, going south today. Breaking a swing. No, don't touch this. Wow, look at this. Okay. So you got an A point of 1768. $13.50, $4. Now, GoPro's an ABC down, confirmed to $11, man. So I wouldn't touch that. So that's going to, and it's interesting because $11 is where it broke out from, too, in July. That was $11.10. Rambus RMBS. Now, this might not be bad. This is kind of setting up pretty cool. So Rambus has been an equity that has got toasted. It got a sign of strength, though, last week. It's pulling back. So last week, folks, 2 weeks ago.
Their earnings came out. They were really good.
Yeah, it went from 1144, goes topside to 1345, has good volume. Now it's coming back into the 1180 area with 400,000 versus 1.2 million. Okay, so it's consolidation, I see. Yeah, I'd get my head wrapped around Rambus. Rambus is not bad. It's a bad setup. I mean, don't get married to it, but even for a trade right now, this thing looks like it wants to go to 1248, and it could go test that high again. What's stopping it? Okay, so if you want to see something how the first time up, folks, a high volume down day can stop a high volume up day. Rambus would be it. So September 7th, it goes from 1437 to 1328. It does it with 2.8 million shares. So remember, 1328 was the low. We go topside, 1335 was the high. We do 2.5 million shares versus 2.8, and then it backs down. But that is how you like to see equities go into a supply line. You do that a few more times, it can get by it. So, yeah.
Do you think it goes back to the low? Like around 1150?
It doesn't look it right now. No, it looks like it's going to try to make we got to 1182 today. It looks to me like, so what this would be a test of where it broke topside from with lighter volume. So really, that's the buy point,
What about on candlestick charting? Is that a good candle there? Is that like a hammer candle or in the weekly, or like what is that, anything?
Well, you got... That would be a hammer today. So what happens is this.
Hammer or bad hammer?
No, it's a good hammer. So what he's talking about, folks, is this. And this is really important to understand, and candlestick charting also, is that the good versus the bad, this would be a really good hammer. And the reason being is that the longer that you have gone down, and in this case, this has gone down for 3 months, and then you develop a hammer, that is more substantial than in the consolidation. Do you know? Okay, so that's saying that, hey, guess what? I don't want to stay down here right now. Now that, along with you got a little tiny doji that was established down here on the 21st, that's saying that, yeah, you can get a bounce. But right now, what is happening is that would just mean that it's in a consolidation also. Not the hammer. I'm just saying how the top of the trading out here on the 25th, I wouldn't expect it to blow topside, but you could get a few dollars out of it.
Hey, can you check out LOB? My cousin works for them. They're a bank. They seem to be the only stock up on a down day today.
LOV?
Yeah, it's LOB. It's I don't know if they're going to get bought out or what. Live Oak Bank shares. It's you do everything over your phone and you get a loan.
Oh, it's lawyers. L is in
LOB.
OB, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, tell me what you think of that. My cousin said maybe they begin to get bought out by Goldman Sachs. So I don't know.
Okay, so it's Live Oak Bank. The company offers loans to veterinary pharmacies, investment advisory, beverages, funeral homes, entertainment centers. Let's see what we got.
It's an IPO from about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I can see they do $37 million a quarter. It's not a bad setup. I mean, I don't, does it want to go to probably the top of the range? The top of the range right now is 1679, so it's not bad.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not, it's no powerhouse. So it's only $35 million in revenue. So for a bank, that's not a lot of revenue. Cooking, brother.
All right, bye.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. 877-927-6648. And when we do come back after the close here, or we get another half hour, but we're going to have some big numbers out here. We got Boyd Gaming, you got Electronic Arts, you got, I think, Sanmina, we got Square, we got U.S. Steel. Let's see, who else out here? Well, Zillow. That'll be interesting to see what happens with Zillow out here. You get LifeLock, Herbalife. Oh, Herbalife. I can't wait to see that. HLF. Let's see who's winning the war in that one. So Herbalife right now is trading at $60.45. And this is the fight between Kyle Icahn and David Icahn. No, let's see. It's not Icahn. It's Kyle Icahn for sure. Ackerman. That's what it is. Ackerman. So inside of this, Kyle Icahn still owns. Oh, look at this. He's actually August. Yeah, he actually bought 2.6 million more shares in August. So he owns 19.6 million. So he's the long character, and there's a 37% short position. And if we put this, man, this has just been in a consolidation. This is pretty amazing when you look at this. Since 2011, it's been this consolidation. And when I actually look at it, it looks to me like it's going to try to get to the top of the consolidation before the bottom of the consolidation. Man, that is some heavy, heavy heat. There's no two ways about it. The U.S. Steel, we'll go take a look at U.S. Steel. It's going to be coming out with the numbers after the close. That's trading $19.40. And that one's not set up that bad. We'll see whether that can go test that $20.93. Oh, tomorrow. Thank you, Dave. I see. That was tomorrow's list I'm reading. I got it. Thank you. Okay, so after the bell today, you got Anadarko, Post Properties, Tereso, and Vornado Realty Trust. APC will be interesting because what has happened is that the XLE and the stocks inside the XLE today have been getting toasted and roasted. The XLE itself, and that's with Chevron going higher. The XLE is trading down 69 cents. Couldn't handle the top of the consolidation, which was 71.98. Now it's coming into huge strength, but it looks like it wants to go to the bottom of that strength, which is $66.71. You stay right there, folks. Excuse me. We'll be coming right back. Dow Industrial's down 4, NASDAQ up 4, S&P's down 2. We're going to be right back.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go take a look at the volume. So we have a sideways movement out here. You're going to have light volume. Right now in the NYSE, we've done 576 million. So this is going to be, no doubt, one of the lightest days out here. That can bang in around 700 million, 130 in the last 15 minutes. We take a look at the NASDAQ composite. You're at 1.2. That also is one of the lowest ones thus far. The composite looks like it's going to, they can do a couple, 1.45, somewhere around there. It'd be interesting to see just where we do shake out. If we take a look at the SPY right now has done 45 million shares. That's after going down on Friday with 140 million. The Qs, same type of setup inside the Qs. The Qs have done 15 million today, and you go south on 35 million. Now, the small caps, folks, basically have led on the way down. Small caps are at $118.59. It broke the $119, which was the 13th swing low. That swing low had 47 million shares. First day took it out on 29 million, and then we did 35 million. That small cap right now, it's up 51 cents. The lower range, which it's in right now, it would have to get above $118.64 in order to get in the higher range. It certainly can. You can get a nice little bounce. Thus far, that bounce is on lighter volume, setting up an additional ABC structure on the way down, because this is, this broke a B point with volume. So your A point, let me see this here. So conservatively, your A is 124.74. So it's approximately $4.50, which sets up, well, it just finished. 450 would be 118 flat out. And we're at we hit 117.79. So what this did do is that it finished an ABC structure on the way down, finished that on Friday, and we'll see whether it's going to set up another one. All these indices want to go after the June 27th Brexit day. That's where this thing is setting up from. So, I expect we're going to see that volatility come in the market. What we do have happening out here today, tomorrow, Wednesday is window dressing. Window dressing, of course, is the last day of the month, the following 2 days. And what happens there is just that there's so much money that's coming into the market through IRAs that gets put to work. That's how that shakes out. Payrolls come in. Bottom line is that the money managers don't get paid unless that's put to work. And what ends up happening in that structure is that they'll get it to work. They'll get it to work whether it's in a fund. And what has happened and is happening on a big basis now is that the ETFs are taking over the world. I remember when the iShares actually just first started, folks. Well, I remember this is how wild this is. I had on the vice president of the American Stock Exchange, because this is where they traded when the Qs first started. And it's pretty amazing what has happened, since then. The spies had been out there for a while. The Qs end up coming out. And at that point, the American Stock Exchange is where they traded. And the American Stock Exchange at that particular point, this is in the 90s, was like the foster child. And bottom line is that then I remember when iShares started trading, and I know some of you probably know Bob Carver. He has a great website. Bottom line, I remember him saying specifically inside a couple of his newsletters that how big iShares were actually going to be, and sure enough, they're the monster. And of course, now Blackstone bought iShares, and this market's turned into an ETF market. There's ETFs that are pushing out each and every day. If you're trading those ETFs, make sure you're in an ETF that is liquid, no doubt about that. Some of the higher volume stocks you have out here today in a low volume market. Bank of America is down 11 cents. You get level 3 up 226. That's getting bought out by CenturyLink, I believe. Chesapeake Energy is down 29 cents. You get Weatherford off 35. Ford is up 3. You get Freeport McMoran up 25. Let's go take a look at FCX. So FCX is getting a slight bid too. So Freeport McMoran's coming into 1120. Yeah, it's coming in with volume. We've done 21 million thus far, and you're coming into 25 million. It looks like it's got a hold price. Yeah, there's no doubt. Mutual funds, I suspect, in another 3 or 4 years are going to probably be a thing of the past, because what you do have is that they're the same thing as ETFs, and ETF structures, bottom line, have much lower expenses, and that is going to make a difference in a huge way. And what does it? This is an interesting deal how this shakes out. So right now, when you take a look at the voting of mutual funds versus the voting of the trust that runs the ETF, what happens is that most of the time, well, no, all of the time, the funds that, let's say you're at Fidelity, and Fidelity is managing the mutual funds. Well, they are the voter of that aspect. What happens with the ETF structure, it's the trustee of the ETF. It's the sponsor of the ETF that actually is going to have the vote on it. If you want to pull up something that's really intriguing, if you Google Apple and ETFs and Bloomberg article, there's an article in there that is unbelievable. And what it is the amount of ETFs that Apple is in, and what would happen, and what the velocity of the move is down or up if Apple moves. I mean, I believe it's 100 and, let me see if I can get it quick. I believe it was 100, I was reading this Friday. I think it's 104 different ETFs that are pretty extensive. 1029. Oh, here it is. I got it. Okay, here. So check this out. Okay. History shows Apple can erase billions from ETFs in no time. While Apple third quarter earnings didn't cause any major sell-off in stock, when it does happen, it can damage some of the most popular ETFs in the matter of days. Okay, let me see this. Okay. After disappointing earnings in first quarter, Apple's 2-week slide of 14% in mid-April erased more than $4 billion in ETF assets. This gives some insight into the future as investors become more concerned about Apple's ability to meet or beat expectations. Anyone who owns an ETF most likely has at least some, if not a lot, of Apple exposure. A total of $29 billion in ETF assets is allocated to it, far more than any other stock. $29 billion. Check that out. For perspective, ETF investors have invested more in Apple. Check this number out. This is sick, folks. For perspective, ETF investors have more invested in Apple than most countries outside of the U.S. If Apple were a nation, it would rank third behind Japan and China. This is sick. The reason is simple. Apple is the biggest company in the world by market cap, and the vast majority of money in equity ETFs is in ones that are market cap weighted. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. And folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, you're going to see our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, right on the front of the carousel. And Basil's having an opening call subscriber event. This event is this Wednesday. Hard to believe this Wednesday is November 2nd. It goes from 6 o'clock to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. The title is After the Elections, Are the Markets Still a Buy? You can come over to our website at TFNN. You can test drive Basil's newsletter absolutely free for 30 days. You get a great newsletter for 30 days. You'll also come into his workshop, which is this Wednesday night. And inside this Wednesday night, he's going to walk you through what he thinks about are the markets still a buy after this election. This is, of course, before the election. So the whole cycle is going to be pretty wild watching this week and next week come into play, folks, because what we do have is that we have our own Federal Reserve meeting on Tuesday at 2 o'clock. The statement will come out. The market is not expecting a short-term rate hike. They are expecting a short-term rate hike in the December meeting. Facebook is coming out after Wednesday's close, which will affect the NDX 100. There's we're knee-deep in earnings coming out in the next few days. And, of course, you're coming up to the election, which is next Tuesday. And it's the end of window dressing on this Wednesday. So the volatility is all out there. And then on top of that, what you do have in Japan and in Europe, those central banks are also meeting in the next few days. So it's flat out here today, but I expect what we're going to see is that as we get into Wednesday, that is when you're going to see some pretty heavy volatility. And, of course, we'll see where this whole thing shakes out. My take on this is that the markets will not get back to the highs, that this market right now is building cause to get into lower price, and we'll see how this whole thing does shake out. The consolidation we've been in each and every time that this comes down. We're trading at the same place that we were trading going all the way back to June 7th right now. That's kind of, well, might be back further than that. Let me see this for a second. Yeah, it is. This is wild, actually. So picture this. Let's see how far I can bring this back. This is crazy. So we're at $212 and 54 cents. We were at $212, folks, in February of 2015. Okay, so that just gives you an idea of the type of consolidation that we're in. Now, that's the highs of the consolidation. The lows of the consolidation are 182. So that's pretty intense. What we do have right now that's sticking out like a sore thumb is not the 182, but what is sticking out like a sore thumb is the 202. That 202 mark was all about Brexit. That's also another high volume low. So, bottom line, that's where it looks like it's going to go after. The real question is, how fast does it go after it, and what type of velocity does it go after it? And we're going to know pretty quick, because each and every time this market tries to get into higher price, it can't handle it. It comes into lower price, you get some volume, but yet the selling dries up very quickly, and you get these bounces. So we'll see where this shakes out in the next, I suspect, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. That volatility is going to be huge inside these marketplaces. The XAU and the HUI, they both caught a bid out here today. The XAU is up by $2.10, $86. That's going to make that run for the swing high of 88.14. Gold Bugs Index also caught a bid out here. That's up $5 at 212. I expect that's going to go after the 218, and that's without gold catching a bid. It's catching a bid now. Kept rejecting. Well, gold's in an ABC up, okay. But bottom line is that it was sideways. But it looks to me like it's going to be the equities that once again bring the metals to a higher price. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming back with lots of numbers for you. Be right back.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
We got Carlos from California. Carlos, what's happening?
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
Oh, very well, thank you.
That's awesome,
man. Thank you very much. Can I make a comment real quick?
Absolutely.
For me, it's a real challenge every time I'm doing a trade. And thanks to your help, I've been able to done a lot of things as far as trading. And I know there's a lot of Hispanic people who's listening, and they think this is a lot harder than it looks. But with your help, it's been a lot easier to make things sound very simple.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Well, listen, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone has a safe day, and great night. Be truthful with yourself. When you're truthful with yourself, you start to see everything as it is, not the way you want it to be. The wounds of your emotional body are covered by the denial system. When you look at your wounds with the eyes of truth, you can finally heal those wounds. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 18. NASDAQ flat. S&P's off 1.5. Gold contract up $2.10, trading at $1,278 an ounce. Silver up 9 cents at $17.89 an ounce. Platinum flat at $9.81 an ounce. Copper up a penny, trading at $2.20 a pound. Light sweet crude got toasted and roasted. Down $1.95, $46.73 a barrel. Notes, the 10-year note up 4 ticks, 129.21. 30-year bond up 19 ticks, 162.25. King dollar up 8 ticks, 98.35. King dollar, folks, had got to a high last week of 99.090. Isn't an ABC structure on the way up. Confirmed ABC with a price target of 100.77. It doesn't look like it's going to make it. Got close to it. Doesn't look like it's going to make it. Why? We came down Friday with volume. You went up today, tried to get the higher price. You had lighter volume, and it gave it up. That's saying that King dollar now is going to try to get back inside the 97 area. Euro is at $1.09, and the yen is at 104.86. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so Friday, we have a down market with expanded volume. Today, you get a sideways market, 57 million shares, light volume. Bottom line, a lot of numbers coming out tomorrow morning. Well, today, right now, after the close, tomorrow morning, tomorrow night. On Tuesday, we have the Fed. Let's see, 1 second. 31st. Tuesday is the Fed. Wednesday, let me see, 1 second. Tuesday might be Facebook also. Yeah, Tuesday's Facebook also. So bottom line, and we're in window dressing. So what I expect you're going to see out here, folks, is this. We're going to see a sideways market out here, more than likely coming into tomorrow, digesting what's happening here. We're in window dressing until Wednesday, WIRP, and should know this upside down. And I believe that it's going to be, sorry about this, folks. Okay, so no, it's Wednesday. Wednesday, you can expect a sideways market up to Wednesday, folks, at approximately, first off, 2 o'clock, the Federal Reserve will come out with a statement. After the close, 4 o'clock, Facebook's going to come out. That also at the end of Wednesday, that's when window dressing is over. Thursday, game is on. And then, of course, we have the election the following Tuesday. So what I do expect you're going to see is that we're going to see this continued sideways movement inside the marketplace. The Dow Industrials went sideways today. We did 947 million shares. Now, that's a lot of shares. This is intriguing about the Dow. That's a lot of shares for a sideways movement inside the Dow Industrials. Now, the NASDAQ Composite, different animal. You know, the Composite did 1.6 billion versus 1.9. And the Composite right now is at 51.89. So we'll see how this shakes out. And I actually can almost make a case that the Composite, the Composite was sideways. That's the bottom line. So if we take a look at the 3 Qs, what do you have with the 3 Qs? 3 Qs out here today was down 11 cents. You did 18 million shares. That, we had come down on Friday with 35 million. The small caps have already broken to lower price. Small caps are at $118.50. And the longer they stay under $118.64, the higher probability that, number one, they're going to be down into the Brexit day, which is the 27th of June. The small caps, folks, are leading the indices lower. So if we also take a look at the small caps, what you're going to see is this, is that the high in the small caps, folks, okay, was June of 2015. And we, of course, are in October of 2016. So the small caps topped out a long time ago. And in fact, if you're a student of technical analysis, this is about a clean head and shoulders as that you can see for quite a while. And that the first shoulder would actually started on February of 2014. So it's going to be interesting to see how this whole thing shakes out. You know, it broke down once. It broke down in the beginning of the year, January, and then what you saw is it made it all the way back, and you know, we'll see how this shakes out. But the small caps definitely are leading the way down. We take a look at the gold contract. Gold on Friday, folks, had a wide price spread, accelerated volume. It's in a small ABC structure on the way up. You're at 1278. That ABC structure on the way up is a 1290 number. Silver, we take a look at the silver market. What we have with silver, silver was up 9 cents today, but what silver had is this. Silver is pushing into its swing, and the volume's starting to expand. On Friday, we had 69,000 contracts. Today, it did 47,000. It is inside your downdraft from the 4th of October. That downdraft is $17.74. You are at $17.70. We're at $17.89 right now. The XAU and the HUI, they both caught a bid out here today. XAU is up $2.18. You're at $86.95. That wants to go after the 88.14. The Gold Bugs Index also caught a bid. That is up $5.14. Yeah, at 212.17. And if we go into and look at a few of these equities, what you're going to see is that you're going to say Rango Resources, you got took out a swing point with volume. That's a big indication that these things are not only moving, but the Rango now we're at 88.73. That is going to try to get into 90.16. And one of the larger ones that are inside both of these, XAU and the HUI, which did catch a bid after coming down on earnings, was Newmont. Newmont was up $1.66. Bottom line, that's Newmont's coming into a swing point at 37.15 that had 5.3 million, and it's coming in hot with 8 million. So looks to me like Newmont is going to get right through the gap of the downdraft. That's going to be a big number for these gold and silvers. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow finished down 18. You had the Nasdaq flat. S&Ps were down a quarter a point. VRX, look at this baby. This is Valiant Pharmaceuticals. You talk about toasted and roasted once again. So Valiant today was down 251. This started down on Friday. This is going to be a monster ABC down. Let's see what we got here. This is pretty intense. So this equity, folks, this is the equity that imploded in August of 2015. It was at $263. It goes straight down, first run straight down to $26. Makes a counter trend bounce up to 31. Now what you're doing, this is going to be amazing. Okay, so on a weekly basis, this is what it's just done. It's taken out the swing point of $18.55, 113 million. This is going to be amazing because guess what? If this has the same type of volume, we did 35 million today. It only needs 113 million, and you get a monster ABC down to be out of business. Okay, let's take a look at this. So $70, yeah, to 18, $52. This is going to be wild watching this shake out. So check this out, folks. So Valiant, at the end of this week, we'll know whether if Valiant closes under $18.55 and has more than 113 million shares, Valiant is going to go bankrupt. This is just amazing. But guess what? I've seen it before. You know, when these shake out, when these big ABC structures shake out, you know, I remember some of the first ones that did it, like, and I think it was WorldCom. It was when the market started falling apart in 1999, and it was like, you know, I remember even calls coming in and said, well, this is different. You know, the market's not going to fall apart because it was just one stock, and then there's another stock, and there's another stock, and what had happened is that each one of those equities were taking the indices not dramatically lower, but they were taking them lower, you know, because you had so many stocks that were still up. Bottom line, we know how that shook out. What that shook out is that there were many equities that actually did go out of business, went to zero. So this is going to be a big heads up, man. That's a mind blower. Let me see what they're saying here. So, oh, I see. I got it. Okay, here we go. So U.S. prosecutors are focusing on Valiant Pharmaceuticals International Pharma CEO and CFO as they built a fraud case against a company that could deal charges within weeks. Man, that's intense. Authorities are looking into potential accounting fraud charges related to the company's hidden ties to Philadelphia Pharmaceutical Services, especially pharmaceutical company that Valiant secretly controlled, the people said. Federal prosecutors in Manhattan and agents at the FBI in New York have been investigating the company for the last year. Whoa, baby. Prosecutors are examining the action of Mike Pearson, the CEO, the former CEO, and Howard Schiller, the ex-chief financial officer who became interim CEO during the medical leave of Pearson, according to the people, who discussed the confidential proceedings on a condition of anonymity. Prosecution of individual executives could go beyond just those two, one person said, adding that Philadelphia executives could also be charged. Man, toasted and roasted. Yeah, and let's go see. This is pretty intense. PHDC. We'll see. Ackerman was one of the largest owners of this equity. Oh, he still is. Oh my God. Okay, so Pershing Square Capital owns 21 million shares. Now, this is intense. So another fund that's going to get hit here Paulson, John Paulson. Paulson bought in the June filing, he bought an additional 5.7 million. And that doesn't end there. Let's check this out. In the June filing, Fidelity bought 10 million shares. Now they own 15 million. This is intense, man. In fact, Fidelity was the biggest buyer in the last quarter. So the biggest buyer was Fidelity. So all you folks that are having mutual funds of Fidelity, you better go look inside their portfolio, because Fidelity, that they own 4.4%. Yeah, they were doubling down. They owned 5 million. They bought an additional 10. It's amazing. So Paulson looks like he probably doubled down too. He had owned 15 million, bought an additional 5.7. Let's see who sold. Oh, Rowan Conniff. Check this out. Rowan Conniff sold them all. They sold 29 million shares. That at one point, was the largest holder of Valiant, Rowan Conniff. Jackson Square, we don't know them. The rest of them, yeah, they're not like, they're not names that I suspect that any of us would really know right off the top of your head. But that is going to be a big number, folks, okay? Because that, ABC Downs, bottom line is that the Feds could put them out of business, no doubt. The real bottom line is that the way they grew also, and if you want to take a look at this, so picture this. Just bring this back up for a second so you can see the expansion on the way up. The expansion on the way up is that Valiant Pharmaceutical was a $7 stock in 2008. And by 2011, it was $57 stock. By 2014, it was $153 stock. And then by 2015, it was a $263 stock. So it went from $7 in 2008. So in it's 7 years. Went from $8 to $263. Bottom line is that we'll probably find out they were cooking their books the whole time. When all these companies end up having these off-balance sheet deals, it seems that they all come back to haunt them. And it's like, why do they think they can get away with that forever? And these cycles go through and they just get toasted and roasted. Let's go take a look at the oil market. So the oil market out here, talking about getting toasted and roasted, which is pretty cool, is that the crude was down 4%. Gasoline was down 2.7%. If we take a look at the unleaded gas, that's trading at 141. That had got as high as the, now this is wholesale, it got as high as 151. That's why we saw prices going up at the pump. And this is not going to last too long, because what unleaded just did is that it came back in a lower range. Now, once you couldn't bust it up, it actually, well, they busted it up and it stayed outside of the consolidation that has been in since October 4th. Now it come rip-roaring back inside the lower part of the consolidation. So you have game, first off, down to like 140 to 132. Let's say 132. You're at 141. And if we get the same type of, let me see what this volume was. Yeah, if you get the same type of volume as we have today, what's going to be game is the bottom of that consolidation, which is 118, which is really going to be intriguing, because as we come into the winter, of course, that's going to help all you folks in the Northeast and out in the Midwest. Heating oil right now is at $1.50. Let's see what this is looking like. Heating oil never made it outside of its higher, outside the top of the consolidation. That's 163 a gallon. We made it to 164, but yet closed at 162 on October 10th. So that little baby is on its way back down to 141. And guess what? With his game here is 131. So bottom line, looks like heating bills, electricity, because you get surcharges, they're going to be coming down through the winter. You stay right there, folks. It's Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. We're going to be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how EverBank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? EverBank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? EverBank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. EverBank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. EverBank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go over to Treso, TSO. They market and refine petroleum products. That closed at $84.97. That's trading at $83.52 right now. Numbers go like this. Where are you? Oh, maybe that didn't come out yet. Okay. VNO. I thought that had VNO Vornado Realty Trust. That closed at $92.78. That's trading at $91.21 right now. This is a large REIT. Integrated large REIT. They own managed property in New York, D.C., California. Okay, so let's see. So the estimate was $1.28. They made $1.24. Their revenue, third quarter revenue, the estimate was $631 million. They made $633. Vornado Realty Trust said it agreed to spin off its Washington real estate and merge the unit with certain assets of JBG Companies, a development firm based in the area, in a transaction valued at $8.4 billion. The combined company will be known as JBG Smith Properties, combining JBG's name with that of Vornado Charles Smith, as Vornado's Washington area is known. JBG Smith will be the largest company focused on the Washington State real estate controlling 50 office properties with a combined 11.8 million square feet, which equals 1.1 square meters. My God. 18 multifamily properties with 4,400 units for an additional 70,000 square feet. Big number out there, no doubt about it. Let's go take a look at the Platinum ETF for a few of the tigers out here. Okay, so Platinum, the PPLT, which is the ETF for the physical Platinum shares, is trading at $94.06. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the high in this last 6 months is 113, which was established out here on August 2nd. The low is 89, which was established on October 17th. Let me go over, I want to look at the actual commodity first, since it's trading off of this commodity. So if we take a look at the commodity, we're at $981. And what has been really, this has been a long period of time, folks, that you've had platinum trading under gold. And when we're talking about it, let me see something. I want a PPLT. This has been the longest I remember, because platinum is definitely more precious than gold, but guess what? Hasn't been able to catch a bid. If you're looking to buy this, right now it's not a bad place. The way it looks like to me is that it looks like, okay, I see something. Okay, so you get a confirmed ABC up on this first off. What happened is on Friday, it took the B point out. So your A point on this is 89.36. Your B point is 93.10. So it's only a small one, but bottom line is that 93, 380. Gets you 96. That's like 97. That's pretty good, actually. So you got a confirmed ABC up to $97. And the way this traded out here today, yeah, you can see $97 hitting out there. And what $97 is also is that is ICE. So what's cool about a trade like this, folks, is that you have an instrument that has gone down, fast, furious. You have it going back topside right now, and it doesn't mean that it's going to its highs. This can be just a dead cat bounce, and guess what? You do a dead cat bounce, you go back up to ICE, and you go from there. And the reason I'm saying that it's pretty cool is that you have two different ways, and see, that would be the 0.382 retracement also. So what happens is that these are pretty good, because you don't know until they start taking out the other swing point. The higher swing point is, do they actually want to go to highs, or is it just a dead cat bounce? Either way, in this particular case, meaning the PPLT, you do have a confirmed ABC structure on the way up. So that's saying that it wants higher price. If we do go over and we look at that dollar, you're going to see what the dollar did out here today. Intraday, I'll show you this dollar. And intraday, it gave it up, and gave it up big. It gave it up at approximately 11.50 this morning. What you had is this. The dollar was up at a high of $98.67, and then bang, couple trades, a lot of volume into the trades at 11.50. They took it south, and if you are watching this on Tiger TV, you'll see that it came right up to ICE, and that is going back to last Friday. So last Friday, when the announcement was out that the FBI was, again, reopening the email case, that true volatility in the marketplace, it pushed gold higher, made ABC structure on the way up. It took the dollar south, took the S&P south, took the NASDAQ south, took the small cap south. They all recovered. But bottom line is that was building cause for higher price on the way down. And it's intriguing inside the gold market in general that it caught a bid topside, as did the notes and the bonds. So what that's saying to me is that the Fed meeting this coming Wednesday is going to have some dovish talk into it, their statement that the market is not looking for a short-term rate hike this coming Wednesday. The market is looking for a 25 basis point, which is 1/4 point hike on December 14th. Well, we know that the Fed in general is basically scared of their own shadow. I suspect with the type of volatility that they're just seen last Friday, we'll see where this whole thing shakes out. I expect what you're actually going to see inside the statement is that they're going to push everything off and say, well, we're in the middle of an election. We don't want to say too much. Bottom line, we'll see what happens in this election. Because if you remember, what they did do, which, did move the markets, the meeting before the Brexit took place, that's what they were looking to raise rates then in June, okay? And they didn't, and in fact, they put inside their statement that they thought that they wanted to see what happened in Britain before they made a move. And of course, we know what ended up happening when they voted out of Brexit. When they voted out of Brexit, which was on June 24th, the pound went from 150 to 132. And right now, the pound's at 122. So what had happened there ASAP is that anyone that was holding pounds outside of the UK was losing 22% of their buying value, which is pretty intense. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We come right back. Dow finished down 18. NASDAQ, S&Ps were flat. We're going to be right back.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now, you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Swim takes your phone calls. Now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We had Exxon down $1.46. You had Disney off 116. Oxy was down 72. Inside that XLE bottom line is that even with Chevron, Chevron caught a nice bid last Friday and today, folks. Chevron went from a price point last Friday, come out with big numbers from 100 to 105. Goes to sideways today, 104.75. But guess what? That's not saving the XLE because the rest of the stocks inside the XLE are going south, led by ExxonMobil. It's going right into its sign of strength that had been on the 28th of September. So the 28th of September, we did 41 million shares. It went from 66 to 69. That is when the Saudis' bottom line was saying that they were going to get OPEC together, basically keep everyone in line. Guess what? The line is not too straight here, folks, because the oil, came down. It came down fast. So there's still plenty of sellers inside that market. And it looks like this now is going to trade down to 66.71. If we go into the XLF, the financials out here, what we have inside the financials is this. Financials are hanging at the highs. You're at $19.74. And, hasn't been able to make the highs, hasn't been able to get past the downdraft that had been created out here in August of 2015. The number in the financials, folks, is 2027. Big number on the way down. I mean, it exploded with volume on the way down in August of 2015. We did 245 million, and then you did 415, and we were coming back up to that. You did 211. So that area is going to be a tough one to get by. Now, coming up on Wednesday, one of the biggest equities out here are going to be is Facebook. Facebook is going to be coming out with numbers after the close on Wednesday, which once again will affect the NDX 100, and we'll see just what it can do. Facebook right now is trading at $130.99, and we take this and we put this. So if we put this on, let's put this on a monthly. It's pretty amazing on a monthly. It's been a one-way trade. So if we pull this back, the only month that had volatility, August of 2015, it went from 98 to 872 and then ended up closing at 89. But other than that, the stock has been, since July of 2013, gone from $24 up to $133. It has volume all the way up to 128. So bottom line is that this thing can go higher. What they're looking for, what Facebook's looking for is this. They're looking for, let's see, the quarter, they're looking for 6.9 billion. And what is amazing, too, is that in the course of 4 years, so check this out in 4 years. In 2012, in this quarter, they made 1.3 million. This is just revenue. In 2013, they made 2 billion. In 2014, 3.2. In 2015, 4.5. Now they're looking to do 6.9. So big numbers, no doubt about that. Tomorrow, what we are going to see is that you're going to see a lot of companies report before the open as well as after the close. Before the open, we're going to have Coach. And what's happening in the handbag market, by the way, so check this out. Let me see what Coach is doing, actually, because, yeah, these things are getting hurt. So what has happened is this is coming out. Coach is at $35. The high was 79. And they're basically, they're developing, it's not that they're developing a new business plan, but these high-end pocketbook makers are doing, though, is they're bringing less product out because bottom line, people are buying a lot less pocketbooks. That's a big number because the profit margin and for these large high-end pocketbook companies has been huge. And bottom line, people just aren't buying them anymore. So coming out tomorrow morning, we have Coach. You have Iron Mountain. Iron Mountain is a storage facility. They shred all the newspapers. Not newspapers, all documents. You have Oxy, Occidental Petroleum, Boyd Gaming, Electronic Arts. That'll be a big one. LifeLock, Illumina, and that's always something that goes all over the place. Sanmina, which is a large subcontractor. You get U.S. Steel, Zag, and then Zillow. So there's going to be a lot of them before the open tomorrow morning. Yeah, and as many folks have said, they got plenty of purses inside of their closet right now, and there's no two ways about that. Some of the higher volume stocks out here today. This is what we had. CenturyLink is buying Level Communications. So CenturyLink went down $3.81. Level 3 went up $2.10. Brocade. Oh, let's see what's going on with Brocade. So I think Brocade's a buyout too. That was up $1.91. Yeah. Okay. So what this is all about, Brocade's in advanced talks to sell itself. Brocade Communication is in advanced talks to sell itself, according to people familiar with the matter. The network equipment maker is nearing the final stages of a sale process. Last night, chipmaker Broadcom is one of the interested potential buyers. Brocade is trading at $10.60. This went up dramatically today, right from the get-go, too. If you want to see something that just took off, this opened at $8.73. Let me see this. Yeah, within 10 minutes. So, this is it. So this came out intraday. So check this out, man. This is a trip. So this opened at $8.73, folks, and then this room will come out at 12:30. So by 12:30, by 12:40, 12:30 it was trading at $8.69. 12:40, $10.83. Let's bring this back. Let's see what we're looking at. Ooh, man. This is pretty intense. So this was one of these high flyers, and I thought this was a lot higher stock, but bottom line is it's hard to believe how fast time goes. So in 2000, the stock was trading at $133. Never got back to anything close to that. Got back to $12. Wow, that's pretty intense. Now, there's a lesson that if you don't have a stop in, folks, okay, $133, first leg down takes you to $4.68. And the highest that I ever got is at $12.96. And right now you're trading at $10.60. Bottom line, fear and greed run the marketplace, folks. You get some money into an equity, get a stop in it, take the bread, do something, because these cycles, you know, nothing can go up forever and nothing can go down forever. If you really wrap your head around that, you'll see how that shakes out. TSO, they just come out with numbers. Let's see what they're saying. That closed at $84.97. And the estimate was $1.43. They made $1.43. You stay right there. We'll be coming right back with those numbers, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. And as you come over to our website at TFNN, folks, you're going to see right on the front page our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. He's going to be doing a workshop for his subscribers. Now, you can be a subscriber to the opening call right here, right now. You get 30 days. It's free for the test drive. You get the opening call for 30 days. What you're also going to get is that you're going to get Basil's workshop. It's coming this Wednesday night, 6 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. The title of the workshop, Are the Markets Still a Buy? Bottom line is that he's going to be going over the markets, what he's looking at, what he feels before the fact. So you can test drive the newsletter a month, get a great workshop. And remember, the folks, if you can't make the workshop, we have some great technology. That technology will allow you to go on your page for an additional 30 days, as many times as you like to go over that workshop. What we're looking at here, market-wise, is that we had a sideways day. You had light volume. You had light volume in the NASDAQ. NYSE didn't have light volume. So what is happening inside that NYSE, too, is like, okay, you still had a sideways day, but someone's unloading equities inside the NYSE. What we did on Friday is that you push lower, you had volume behind the move. That being said, I don't expect that we're going to see higher highs nor lower lows in the next few days. The reason being is that you're in window dressing. So window dressing specifically is the last day of the month. That's when portfolio managers like to basically dress up their portfolios, and what they do specifically is that they try to get rid of their losers and put a couple winners in, so that when the detail comes inside of what they own at the end of the quarter, guess what? In the end of the month, those equities are going to be in there, and people can't figure out, why didn't I make more money? Well, because they look like all winners, but the question was, when did they buy them? So that's the end of the month. The beginning of the month, what that has to do with is that that's the IRA money that comes out of folks that are working on a natural basis. That comes into the marketplace. As that comes into the marketplace, bottom line, it has to get to work in order for the money managers to get paid for it. That's why, many times you see that it's an upward bias that is coming in. Now, simultaneously, you can get window bashing and smashing. I don't think we're going to see that. The reason being is that we're going to have the Federal Reserve, which the market's waiting for. That's Wednesday at 2 o'clock. You get a lot of earnings that are coming out tomorrow morning, tomorrow night, Wednesday morning, Wednesday night, in fact, all week. But then guess what? Game is on Thursday. We get the election this coming Tuesday. So Thursday, Friday, Monday, and then, of course, Tuesday, we'll see which way traders are working on in order to get that result on Tuesday night. I suspect Wednesday, no doubt, next Wednesday, that would be after the election. Bottom line, we'll find out what the market thinks about whoever is elected Tuesday night. So volatility, I expect volatility to start in a big way this coming Wednesday. And what I do expect is this, is that no matter who is elected, this market wants to go down. It's been building cause to get to lower price. It showed itself once again last Friday. All the high volumes are at lower prices. The market wants to test drive first the Brexit lows. The Brexit lows, folks, are the June 27th lows. And when you take a look at the S&P and the NASDAQ, they're quite a way down. The cash S&P, when we talk about the cash S&P, we're at 2126. Well, you're talking 1991. So you're talking a few dollars down. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great night. Have a safe night. Look forward to speaking right back here tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. Wow! Go get them, folks.